Hello, Derek here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, going to have a wee look at Photoshop, a little look at Photoshop 2015 spot healing tool. I'm just going to edit one of my dog photos. Just do this photo just the last few minutes. Send on it. People like to know settings. F2.5, 1/125th of a second, ISO 100. I did have Speedlight off camera. Speedlight was in a Westcott Rapid strip box. Trying that out as well. That's why I've kind of been taking a few snaps today. Very happy with the box. Virtually all these images are taken pin sharp. Taken with a Canon 5D3 and what lens? I had 85 f1.2 lens on. As I said, it was shot at f2.5. So let's go in here. There's no editing being done to this. This is straight out of the camera. And as you can see, I'm really impressed with the lighting. My dog is very sort of smooth-haired lab, and regardless whether you've got a flash on or any kind of source of light, she's going to have these kind of highlights. So the highlights are not entirely caused by the flash. Some of them are, but we're sitting fairly close to a window as well. And if I take this image, let's take it up to 100%, and you can see just how sharp it is. There's the reflection of the strip box. But we're close to a window as well, but you know, very pleased with that. So what editing are we going to do to this picture? Well, if I go back to the zoom tool, take it in a bit, you'll see there's little bits and pieces. She's been lying there sleeping. I annoyed her, brought the camera out, woke her up. So we've got little bits of sleep here in the eye. We've got a few. She's lying on a fluffy cushion, big cushion, and attracting bits of fluff off that. She's not too bad. I've seen it a lot worse than that. It's worse when we go outside. So this is what I do first. Go through the picture as much as I can just to see what there is going to be distracting. And straight away, if I take it back down, straight away I'm thinking this area here is too bright. So I'd like to take that down a little. And maybe try some of the highlights. Now straight out the box I'll just completely dull the highlights down to see what that looks like. If you use the P on the keyboard, press P, you get a quick before and after. And that's not bad. It's too extreme for what I'm going to do, but even just down to about there would be good. I might try that first with a brush. So click the brush tool, and I'm only going to take the highlights down with this brush, and I'm just going to take it down. Bigger brush, and I'm just going to take it right over this area here. So here we go. And I can now adjust that pin on its own without affecting much of the rest of the picture. Just about there possibly. That's fine. And I'm going to do a new one. I'm going to use the exact same brush setting just now and do some of the highlights here on her fur. Maybe too much, maybe not enough. Can we go more? We can go less. And see how this pin is also affected part of the cushion that I'm not really wanting to do. So we can either click the erase, or if you hold the Alt key down on the keyboard, that goes into erase mode. So hold the Alt key, and I'm just going to erase, and it's only erasing the pin that I've just put on, it's not erasing the one that was there previously. So we'll quickly get rid of some of that. And again, back to the hand, we'll press P, and that's taken it all down, just maybe a wee bit too much. So what I'm just going to do now is add a little bit more exposure in. But the exposures now are a bit more evenly coming up. It's maybe just too much on that, so we're up less than half a stop. So we'll just get a big soft brush, and we'll take some of that half stop back off for and again P, that's not too bad. So we'll go with that. Nothing else I want to do in here. Quite happy with that. Possibly bring the blacks down a bit so we get a proper black point. There is lots of black in there, but one of the things with black is on the jet black areas it's fine, but on some of the others you get, it's not green as such, but you do get a slightly different colour to it. And the way the editing's going, it's I want to emphasise our face more than anything else. So we're just going to quickly now go into Photoshop. And once it comes into here, everything's a little bit slower when I've got this screen recorder going. So apologies for any delay. I'll stop talking and then I can erase it. Okay, so we're into Photoshop now. And as I say, there's just a few things I'm going to clean up. Like these little bits of fluff and stray hairs, and these hairs are probably not even hers, it's just bits of fluff that's come off this cushion she's on. So, new layer. I always do this on a blank layer, and I'll show you why in a minute. I'll quickly whiz through this, but generally what you've got spot healing tool, sample all layers is open, and I like to start at one ear and work my way across the head and then down the eyes. So the ear itself is fine, nothing on the head at the top. The other ear is, the settings on the camera were 2.8, so there's quite a lot of this naturally blurring away. So what we'll do, we'll just go down this sort of dark area here to the eye, spot healing tool, and I just gently flick away. Now I've got a Wacom tablet, which, you know, if you've not got one, you should seriously consider getting one if you do a lot of Photoshop editing. In this editing I'm doing, I don't think it's altering the picture as such. What we're doing is we're just enhancing what's there, and you can use it, just tap it on the screen. So now I've got a tablet, old style tablet. It actually looks like a bit of slate that the pen touches, and it's fantastic, and it's doing a good job of this. And we'll just move it screen a little bit, and we're not taking every single highlight out here. That's not the, it's just anything that's likely to distract. There's 2 or 3 bits in there. We'll just keep going. And if you overdo it, you can end up with big blurry areas that just don't look natural. So although my mouse is moving about a lot, or my pen, sorry, it barely touching the screen at bits. I'm trying just to do, these pens are pressure sensitive. If I press hard I get a big area. It would be akin to pressing a wet sponge. If you just touch the surface and no more, you get very minimal contact, but if you press it hard you'll get a big area of contact. You may or may not be hearing some funny noises in the background. My dog is having some weird dream by the sound of it. And we'll take that whisker out of the way. I have a 3 attempts rule. Try it 3 times. If it doesn't move it or improve it, leave it. Not too bad now. It's just the most distracting bits that I'm interested in here. Now when we get down to this bit here, we'll try it with this spot healing tool, but it may be that I'll have to try a different tool to get rid of this, and that's just a bit sleep. And you see the spot healing tool does a great job there. Just takes out the reckoning. I think I'm quite happy at that. There's one or two wee ones down here again that are maybe just going to catch your eye, but there's so many of them that, you know, so what I'm doing is I'm just trying to make sure that any that are there are within the outline of our tail, which this is our tail here. So if you have one straggly one going up there, then take that out, but if not, then just leave it. Yeah, let me see what that looks like. Well, again, it's important not to stay too zoomed in, because you will miss things. So looking better, a lot better now, and just to show you how much difference that's made, let's before and after, and you can see we're not altering anything, we're just taking some, we're just enhancing her appearance, and I think that looks fine. So we'll zoom back out with that. Not a great fan of vignettes, but let's change this to a smart object, and let's go into the filter, and let's go into the lens correction. There's not much lens correction in this. It's an 85mm 1.2. You're not going to get much of this, but we'll go into the custom part, and all I'm going to do is add a tiny little vignette just to take some of the shine out the edge. I'm happy with that. And there we go, that's her done. Now I always go very close into the eye, much closer than you would ever naturally to go. And so the eye looks fine, nice detail in it. There's no gunk in this area here, because that's where it gathers, I'm afraid. That's just part of being a dog, that's where. And that again looks perfect. Very happy with the strip box, very happy with the lens and camera combination. I hope you found this helpful. That's how I would edit this particular picture. Obviously your picture is going to be a little bit different. Yep. Thanks for watching. Bye.